What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the NYG Blue Zone. It's your boy Attikis, joined today by my boy Rudy, Rudi the Gamer. Make sure y'all check out his page. We'll have his information listed below, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so every time we drop some new content, you're one of the first ones to be notified. And yo, we up to 800 something plus subscribers. We appreciate y'all for that. A lot of engagement. I
Sure.
try to answer every time I get a comment on a page. So please keep that coming, and thank you for that. We on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We finally got our merch that's going to be listed also. So thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the hating ass engagement that we get to with people popping off. I like that too. Just make sure after you pop off, you click subscribe so that you don't miss under the content, so you can hate on us some more. We appreciate that. Rudi,
For
what's
sure.
up, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family, man. How you doing?
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, bud. Yeah, doing pretty good, man. You know, I wish the game was today, but who knows? Maybe the last time we won a game was on prime time on Thursday night. So maybe we can, maybe the
I
luck's
was
on our
thinking
side on
that.
Monday night. So we'll see.
I was thinking the same. Jackson Dart undefeated on night games, brother.
Yes, sir.
Let's keep it going, right?
Let's keep it going, man. Jeez, can we get a win, man?
I know. Yo, we was talking a little bit before we started, and it's kind of interesting. Giants fans, we all over the world, man. I know in the United States, we all over the country. When you think about how many different people are from the New York, New Jersey area who've migrated to other parts of the country, I know where I live. I live in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. I'm originally from Jersey. I moved to New York when I was in college. And then after New York, I bought a house out in Pennsylvania and I've been here ever since. So I'm surrounded by a lot of Eagles fans. I can't tell you how nauseating it is, Rudi, but I see them all the time. But I've been here for about 20 something years now, and a lot of other Giants fans have migrated in this direction. So sometimes I'm in the supermarket or I'm at Target or Lowe's or whatever, and I see somebody across the way, and next thing you know, they saying Big Blue. And I'm like, yeah, baby,
Yeah,
we out
baby.
here representing too, and it's nice because for a long time I felt like I was by myself out here, kind of isolated with all these Eagles fans. But we
Man.
everywhere, brother. We everywhere. What about you?
Yeah, man. So, born and raised in Brooklyn and
Brooklyn in the house. That's right.
then, I joined the military and went all over around the world. I moved all around, and then once I retired, and I moved down this way to Florida, man. That's where I'm at. So it now
Nice.
you talk about Pennsylvania. When you're surrounded by Eagle fans. It's it's like hit or miss, man. There are Giants fans down here, but unless they see my giant stuff on my car or something like that. Because I have a sticker on my car. Unless I will see somebody saying "Let's go Big Blue." Those are rare down here,
Mm-hmm.
but mostly nobody really messes with you. You see a lot of Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Miami Dolphins,
Right.
Jacksonville Jaguars, stuff like
Right.
that. But yeah, man. I mean, we are here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
um,
we out here,
yeah,
baby. We out here.
we're
You know
all
what's real
over.
interesting? I remember when Daniel Jones started, his first game he started was against Tampa Bay. And I swear to God, that seemed like that was Giant Stadium South, right? Because there
Oh,
was
for sure.
so many Giants fans in Tampa Bay Stadium that day, and he pulled off that victory. It was a pretty impressive victory, too. Yo, man, we everywhere, bro.
Yeah, man, we are. I mean, I got some Giants fans
Yeah.
I know that live in Arizona, Nevada. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's
man.
what's up. My wife and I went to Italy a couple of years ago, and I had my New York Giants bag, my little backpack, and I carried all of our water and stuff like that everywhere we went. There was Giants fans out there, man. It's impressive. We got a long reach right now.
Yeah, but I tell you one thing, man. After that 2007 season where we were the first team with the Dolphins, where we went out there to
To London.
play out, yeah, to play overseas. Ever since then, bro, like I was in Germany at that time, so they still they still had their final couple of years of NFL Europe. I used to go to those games. with NFL
Wow.
Europe games like Firestorm. Um, and I forget the teams are. I know there was teams from Spain, Barcelona, but yeah, man. After that, bro, I don't know. I just started seeing Giants fans out of nowhere, and a lot of them are from Europe. It's crazy.
How cool is that?
That's pretty
Well, we
cool.
got a game not in Europe this week, but in New England. How you
Yeah,
feeling about this game going into it? We got Jackson Dart returning from concussion protocol, and Jameis Winston performed admirably in his absence. And we'll talk about it a little bit. Some people are saying that maybe Jackson Dart should just sit for the remainder of the season. I don't know that I believe in that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. This is a team who we destroyed during the preseason. Obviously, preseason's preseason, but it was real nice to. I spent that game at the stadium with my daughter that day, so it was really cool. But
yeah.
interesting storylines. The past Super Bowls, the Giants broke their record where they were like 18-0, winning home games against the NFC, and the Giants went in there and they beat them in, I think it was 2011 or something like that. So just a lot of storylines with this game. What do you think about it? How you feel about it going in?
Well, first of all, we're far removed from the Jake Ballards and the Kevin Bostons of the
Mm,
world with Eli Manning, you know, Hall of Famer, sir, Eli Manning. But we'll talk about that another time. You know what I'm saying? But
semifinalists in a Pro Football Hall of
yes,
Fame right now, him and Tom
yeah,
Coughlin.
yeah, which they are well and deserved to get in. But since he never got in last year, I have a great rant one of these days for you and I to do whenever we're ready on how this Eli Manning for me when he was put in the toughest spots or when the games really truly counted, he got it done. Top 10 in almost every category as a quarterback.
Yeah,
Not a Hall of Famer? You're
absolutely.
crazy. But we'll talk about that another day. So anyway, besides that, what I've seen throughout the year is they're a 10-2 team, but Drake May he's been looking like he's a little comfortable in the pocket. He's been getting a little too comfortable in the pocket. He looks like he makes the right reads. He goes through his progressions. But he looks a little too comfortable back there. But of course, they're going to be out with their whole left side of the offensive line. Their two starters on the left side, on the left tackle, and the left guard. They're out. Um, but again, it's like every week. Hey man, the Giants pass rush. Can they figure a way out to get to the quarterback early and often? And sometimes it's no sacks, or sometimes it's pressures that help. But can they do it for 4 quarters? So of
No
course
doubt.
they got some weapons out there. Stephon Diggs ain't Stephon Diggs from a few years back, but I mean they got a good offense, man. And those important things we need to worry about in offense is respectfully their offense is ranked eighth in the NFL. So again, another top 10 offense slash top
Right.
10 defense we're going to be playing against. Um, it's not a matter if we're going to score points. It's the matter of can we figure out a way, please, to if we are taking the lead in the game, can we make the right key plays to go ahead and solidify us for a win?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you started off talking about Drake May and the just incredible the incredible year that he's been having, and the Giants pushed hard to try to trade up to get Drake May last
Yeah.
season, and
Yeah.
they weren't able to do it. And I'm not mad about that because I like how it worked out for us picking up Malik Neighbors and this year getting Jackson Dart. But this year, when you just look at his performance, he's played outstanding. I mean, just outstanding, incredibly well. He's got several multiple touchdown passing games. His quarterback ratings in some of his games 155.6, 137.3, 140.1, 135.9, 135.8. His worst game was 80.6. The kid is balling. Now, a lot of people are saying that they've been playing against one of the softest schedules in the league, which has resulted in him having a good season. And
Yeah.
when Mayo was the head coach, he went through all the bumps and bruises and the things that you got to go through with a rookie quarterback. So Vrabel comes in and he's got a more refined, polished quarterback who's NFL ready now at the expense of the prior head coach, but he's doing what you want him to do, right? Like he's winning the games you would want him to win. Can you imagine him going out there and losing against the Jets? Are we still having this same conversation about him? Or losing against the Browns or the Titans? I don't think we would be having the same conversation about the maturation of Drake May. So he's performing well at a really high level. That left side of his line, like you talked about, they're dealing with some injuries. And you also mentioned, or you asked a question, can the Giants defensively show up against this team? Can they take advantage of that weakened left side of that offensive line? It remains to be seen. The Giants fired Shane Bowen finally. This is going to be Charlie Bullen's debut as a defensive coordinator. Not an easy debut, by the way. It's on
No.
Monday Night Football. Like the
Yeah.
world is going to be watching. Is he going to be able to deliver? I don't know if you saw the interview with Dexter Lawrence where the female reporter asked him, hey, how do you feel about Shane Bowen being fired? And the first 3 seconds of his response was Dexter Lawrence laughing, grinning like it was about time. Now, you can interpret that any type of way you want, but it was
That's
pretty
okay.
telling to me. He felt
Yeah.
like, I'm happy he's gone. So
Yeah.
bring in Charlie Bullen, first time ever calling plays as a defensive coordinator. I think that under Vance Joseph, he probably learned a lot. Maybe this is going to be an opportunity for him to pull some things out, insert some things in that he thought should have worked better if the Giants would have had a different scheme or play called at a certain time. We will see, but it's going to be a tough assignment for him.
Yeah, it sure is. Watching all the interviews throughout the whole week with the defensive line, it was amazing. Of course, Brian Burns is more of a polished, knows the right things to say, doesn't let anything show that he's happy, excited, or good riddance. Shane Bowen is gone. He keeps
He's
it
like a
even
football
keeled.
politician.
Man, big time. So he knows exactly what to say all the time. So, uh, but one thing he did say is, "Hey, man, Charlie Bullen is one of my guys, man. Um, but we're making tweaks, but there's going to be some different things happening on the defensive side Monday night. And like Van Joseph, like you said, you learned from Van Joseph. We're going to see here the same somewhat of a scheme on defense, but don't be surprised if we're bringing in a little bit more blitzing packages. You're not going to see your normal, hey man, let's just bring four guys, or the fifth guy being the linebacker. I can see this defense tweaking it to the point of Patriots are not going to know what Charlie Bullen's going to be bringing into the table, anyways. But we're going to see some blitzing, a little more than usual, probably, just to see how it affects the Patriots' offensive line. And if it's hitting good early and often, we're going to see more of it throughout the game. But I could see a little bit more blitzing, and you're going to see probably things we haven't seen all year long from Charlie Bullen.
Right. I still think that Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be out, so that's going to be interesting to see how the Giants adjust to that. I think that you hit the nail on the head. The blitzing, we need to see that. I want to see them pack the box, but then have guys drop back off into coverage so you don't know which one is blitzing. Disguise it, trying to kind of trick them if you can. Vrabel's a defensive minded guy, so it's probably not too much he hasn't seen. However, the players themselves, you got to confuse them, get in their heads, make them think and guess and wonder where it's coming from. Throw them off balance, right? Throw off their timing so that way we can get a guy and a guy or two in there and put pressure on Drake May and hopefully either create a turnover or a sack or something like that. But the Giants have not been lacking in the pressure department. They've been
No.
able to get pressures. And the way that Dexter Lawrence responded to this whole thing, it really makes me wonder, is this going to be the game where he finally gets to the quarterback, right? He started the season off great, right? had that two tip passes to start the game. One of them resulted in an interception where he could have rumbled and tumbled and bumbled into the end zone, but he got caught by the quarterback, which was like, bruh, how you let the quarterback catch you? Is this going to be one of those games where Dexter Lawrence gives us what we saw Darius Alexander do last week? I sure hope so.
I hope so. Oh well, and you're saying hope so, so do I, man. The thing is this: Cam Scatterboo and Jackson Dart for sure brings juice to that team as a whole, offense or defense. Could that be a little bit of rejuvenation for this team, especially on defense? To see, hey man, at least hey man, we got Jackson Dart back. I mean, I still think Jameis Winston does a phenomenal job, and I don't think he lacks in that department of getting his team motivated, bringing in some juice. Could it be that, hey man, a lot of these guys maybe are, yeah man, thank God, Shane Bowman is gone. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go out there. We have 5 more games left. Let's do the best we can because our jobs are not guaranteed after this season. A lot of us have to go ahead and perform and audition for other teams because a lot of us are not going to probably be here next year. Who knows? The whole coaching staff, everybody might be lit, taken
Right.
out. But whatever the case may be, I hope that this team is rejuvenated a little bit, seeing Jackson Dart
I
coming
do
back
too.
and maybe seeing a different play style of calling just for a little bit because it's not much you can try to change within a week. But as the next few weeks progress, you're going to be seeing more Charlie Bullen calling his own stuff, making more tweaks as the
Right.
weeks and
And that's what you
games
were
go.
talking about. You were talking about the defense, not the offense so much, because the offense has been clicking pretty well, right?
I mean, dude, we're averaging 22 points a game, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's 6 more points than last year. So no, I'm not worried about the
Right.
offense, man.
I was thinking about that too. And you said Jackson Dart's coming back. That'll probably get the team a little lift. And I think it will, but it's not like before, right? Like when Russell Wilson would have to come in and Jackson Dart's coming back. It's like, oh my God, the stadium's erupting. With Jameis Winston, it's almost like you're like, is it that much of a lift, or is it just like we're glad our guy's back? Because Jameis Winston, you know, the only thing he didn't get was the win in both of those games, and you'd be hard pressed to say that it wasn't his fault. Now he did put the ball in harm's way a couple of times while he was out there. However, he did enough to win the game against Green Bay and then against Detroit. He did. So, and there's an argument out there that Jameis Winston should continue to start for the remainder of the season. Let Jackson Dart continue to study, learn behind a veteran quarterback, understand some of the different play calls and when Jameis checks out of a play, when he calls the hot, different things that he can do to learn and continue to become a better quarterback. I'm on the other side of that, though. I think that we already know what Jameis Winston is going to give us, and we're grateful to have him, by the way.
For sure.
I don't know that we need to see more or develop more with Jameis Winston, but we absolutely need to get more time on the field with our quarterback. Learn different schemes and ideas, and he's with a new coach. Make sure that he's getting all of the different defenses that he can continue to learn from, learning how to slide a little bit more. This is a season that's lost anyway. What a better time to learn than now? The pressure's off of him, right? The pressure to we got to improve our position and going into the playoffs, that's gone. Right now, it's just perfecting your craft and winning games. And maybe he can understand also that one of the best things he can do for himself is to remain available, slide. Don't take unnecessary hits. Keep yourself in position. And you talked about this, Rudy. You said Eli Manning was the best at collapsing like a folding chair to avoid taking a big hit. And that's why he played 15 seasons and didn't miss a game due to injury. He missed a game due to a stupid ass coaching decision, but not due to injury, right? He could learn a lot from that. Live to play another down.
For sure, man. I mean, I'm a true believer in once you pick your first round future quarterback, that's supposed to be the franchise, or you would hope for it to be the franchise. Once you make that switch, you don't go back. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe he's played in 7 games. Um, We know what he is becoming and what we're seeing from him. 5 more games. He needs all the experience he can get because we need somebody like a Jameis Winston to be his backup quarterback. Nothing more for what I've seen from Jameis Winston and his character and what he brings to the table. It is monumental, huge for a young man like that.
Yeah,
I love Jameis
absolutely.
Winston, but Jameis Winston's not the future for the New York Giants. Yeah, he's only
Right.
31. He's still got plenty of football left, but he's not the future. It's Jackson Dart. So having somebody like Jameis Winston back there as a backup quarterback is huge for somebody like Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart needs to, like you said, play right and play as safe as possible as he can, but learn how to slide when he's running for the with the football. But Jackson Dart has shown us that he is capable of playing in the NFL, and he's willing and able to make adjustments, and he's seeing what the NFL brings as defense. I mean, this guy has 5 more games. Just stay healthy and have a 12-game experience going into next year to where hopefully everything is a lot more solidified with having your key players back on offense and hopefully whoever is the coach and defensive coordinator, man, that they, you know, we have a good team on both sides to be able to next year be able to actually compete for the playoffs, man. So
Right. I agree. Drake May on the other side of the ball, 3,100 yards, 21 touchdowns, only 6 picks. He's completing at a very high rate, over 70%. Passer rating is 110.6. Paulson Adebo, I think they're saying, is coming back this week. We all know
so
that Cardell Flott has played at a much improved level this year.
yeah.
Do you think if the Giants are able to get better pressure up front, that we can disrupt the passing game of the New England Patriots? And just and I got to say that the past 2 games, I don't think the CBs have done a bad job, right? Even without a Debo, the past 2 games, they've looked okay. It's been the run defense that's collapsed. Do you think they can keep that good, solid secondary play up and even improve it with a Debo coming back against a Drake May who's having a very good year as a starting quarterback?
Well, it's depending what this defense learned this past week. After of course learning what Charlie Bullen's going to bring to the table, what he's going to try to tweak and put in there as the game progresses. It's hopefully the players have picked up on some of these things and they understand what Charlie's going to try to do for this game, but understanding that these two offenses, Giants and the New England Patriots, are not too far off. Their Giants offense is ranked 11th. We're averaging 349 yards a game. And the Patriots offense, which not too far off, they're averaging 360 yards a game. So the offenses are, pretty much in the, besides the Giants being 11th, but these two offenses are pretty much in the top 10 moving the football. The key issues or the key points, I believe, is the Giants are what is it? They are 10th in the league with averaging almost 42% of their third down efficiency on offense. The third down efficiency for the Patriots, it's around 36%. They're 7th in the league. So key points
Mm-hmm.
are the Giants are going to be able to move the football where they can try to do a good enough job to keep themselves away from third downs? Are the Giants, who are top 10 in third down efficiency, are they going to be able to convert these third downs? Can we try as an offense not to stay in third down and longs, even though we've done a good job in completion and moving the football and completing third down and longs, which to me, third down and longs are anything over five
An
yards.
amazing job. Let's not understate how great the Giants have been on third and long situations and converting. Listen, I know, Rudy, without, even though you and I met this year, I know 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you watching Giants football, if they were in 3rd and 3 or longer, you were like, we're punting this ball. They're not going to get it. They're not going to convert. This year, I see them in 3rd and 8. I see them in 4th and 12. And they're going for it. I think they're going to convert this year, or at least I feel better about them having a chance to convert. It's not a foregone conclusion that this is going to be a turnover on downs or they're going to be punting the ball anymore. This offense has shown us things that we've been waiting for, been thirsty for, been craving for shit a decade at this point. And these guys are delivering at a very high level.
Oh, I agree with you, man. And the one thing is, it's been we've been playing top 10 defenses pretty much the last month, and they've been
Toughest
top 10.
schedule in the league this year.
And the teams that we've been playing against has been top 10 in rush defense. And the thing is, the Patriots are ranked second in rush defense at 87.7 yards a game. That's all they let up. But the Giants are ninth in rush offense, averaging 124.5. So
Right.
it's gonna be possession because Giants are one of the best teams to possess the ball over
That's right.
30 minutes a game. And the thing is, we just can't win a game regardless because of our defense. But as you can see there, I mean, both teams possess the ball for almost 32 minutes a game. So that's letting you know the offenses know how to go ahead and um, move the football on offense. They know how to keep themselves and moving the chains. And
That's
key
right.
points is key points about it is one thing I saw was the red zone defense for the Patriots are dead last,
Yeah.
32nd in the league with 73.8% of their conversions they've given up on defense. Most teams have scored touchdowns. Miraculously, they are still 10-2. So, and the Giants aren't too far off. Their red zone defense, they're right above them at 31st at 71.43%. So if I'm looking at where the Giants can try to see if they can try to make this a game where they can try to win is scoring every time they get in the red zone, trying to score touchdowns. Because their red zone offense, it is 29th with 47.62%. And
Mm-hmm.
the red zone offense for the New England Patriots is 19th with 54.8%. So can the Giants figure out a way to go ahead and once they get in the red zone, I don't see a problem with them moving the football. They've been doing it pretty much all year as long as it wasn't Russell Wilson. So red zone is going to be a huge key and third down conversions. And if they can still, keep moving the chains to possess the ball longer to try to maybe keep Drake May out of the field, man, as long as they can. But it's just up to the
Yeah.
defense, man. I'm still going to bring it up to the defense, but
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
see.
that's been a story all year, right? Is the defense. And, I brought up those statistics earlier because it really illustrates how more evenly matched these teams are than their records would suggest. And some people are saying that the New England Patriots have an artificial 10-2 record because they've had the easiest schedule in the league this year, while the Giants have had the most challenging schedule in the league this year. So it's a little bit blurry in terms of, are we getting an accurate picture of what these teams are when you look at their records? Because when you look at where they rank in all of the most important statistical categories, particularly offensively, they're the same team. They're pretty much the same team. On defense is where the problem has been. Now, you and I talked a little bit earlier about how it's important for us that when we go on and we have our different podcasts and share our perspectives, that is unfiltered, is untainted by what other people are saying. And I think that that's critical, right? Because I need to be able to process what I've seen without being influenced by what somebody else thinks about a play or a player or a coach or whatever. So I give my thoughts before I look at what anybody else has to say when I go onto a podcast. And it helps me to be completely authentic in the message that I'm delivering and the way that I'm delivering that message. So, but it is real nice to see and to get confirmation that once I've shared my thoughts and you told me you go through the same thing, that other people, when you just, fumbling around on your phone and you're looking at what somebody else had to say about something that it's confirmed. You guys share the same perspective. And a lot of people have been saying that in this particular game, they don't know who's going to win. It's hard. You can't just say, oh, it's a slam dunk. New England's going to win this game. People are having reasons to pause because the New York Giants are not your get right team. It might
No.
look like it on paper, right? Or when you look at their record, they are not your get right team. I tell you, man, the thing about this game, the key change in this game is gonna be what Charlie Bullen brings. And I was watching his interview during the press conferences this week, and somebody asked him, "What's going to be different about what you're going to bring on the field?" And he was very elusive with his response, and it was a very smart way to answer the question because he's not showing his cards. He's not going to tell you
Right,
if you're going
right,
to see
right,
more
right.
blitz packages, where it's coming from, who's bringing it, if there's going to be man or zone. He said, "We'll see how it all works out." I really like the way he answered those questions. Did you get a chance to see that video, that interview?
Yeah, yeah, I sure did. I mean, I watch everything Giants on there. I wait for the Giants podcast. The ones who work for the Giants, of course. I wait for all the interviews to come out because I want to see what these coaches have to say and see what these players have to say. Mostly, as you've seen the last couple of weeks, you see more of the guys on defense because they just can't get it done. Now they're going through the Shane Bowen transition of being gone. So yeah, Charlie Bullen, man, just hearing him talk, just hearing what he had to say, it was just like, well, it's a little refreshing. Maybe because I'm tired of just seeing Shane Bowen's face. But it was a little refreshing to hear him, and he did say a few things like can't change the scheme in a week, but you can make adjustments and make some tweaks there. And as the weeks go on, we can keep adding different things in there, add it to the defense.
Yeah,
Charlie Bullen is gonna be ready for Monday night.
yeah,
Nobody, nobody is ready for him to go ahead and add his little wrinkles, which I truly believe he's what Brian Burns says. What nobody knows about Charlie Bullen, he's an aggressive guy. So
yeah.
there's going to be things in there that people are not going to be ready for. So I'm ready.
Well, that's the thing. How do you prepare for something that you've never had a peek in the window at? You don't even know what he's going to bring. So that could be the difference maker for the Giants in this game. So I do want to ask you this: what do you think if, let's say, the Giants go out and they win this game tomorrow night? Let's say they defy the odds, and I don't know what the point spread is on this game, but they defy Vegas, they defy the odds, and they go out and they win tomorrow. What does that mean for the Giants? What does it mean for Jackson Dart? What does it mean for Mike Kafka? What does it say about Charlie Bullen? What does that mean to you if they win?
Well, it just means that maybe that this is how it should have been for the rest of the season with Jackson Dart at the helm. Number one, number two. Maybe it was the jolt that the defense needed. Yeah, even though it might have been one game, but people are going to be saying, well, maybe that's what they needed. Maybe they needed to see a new face, a guy with some different types of scheming for the defense. Maybe that's all the Giants needed on defense was something like that. Let's see if they can keep it rolling. But if they go in and win Monday night, that's going to be the talk for the whole week. Man, maybe it was the right decision to fire Shane Bowen. No, well, what I think is let's see if they can go into the offseason. I don't believe in that momentum stuff because then you're months part away from training camp and
Yeah,
OTAs and all that. But let's just see if the Giants can now, for the rest of the season, win more games than lose and see if maybe that was the issue. I can then assess at the end of the year if Shane Bowen was maybe not what the Giants defense needed. Maybe they needed something else or someone
yeah.
else. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
I have a similar perspective. I really think that this will say more about Shane Bowen than anything else, right?
Oh yeah,
I also think that Shane Bowen was a mistake from the minute Dable decided to retain him. before the season even started. That was a huge mistake. He has shown you nothing. Mara told you he was tired of it, and you kept him. That's the reason he got fired, by the way. He did everything right when it came to the offense, from player selection through free agency, through the draft. And you got to give Joe Shane a little bit of credit there, even though I can't wait for that motherfucker to be gone also. But he did everything right on the offensive side of the ball. I would dare say even on special teams. But when it came to the defense, you spend all this money. You got the second highest paid defense of the league, and you look like absolute dog shit. You didn't do it right. You got the wrong guy in place to run your defense. You got a Lamborghini sitting in the driveway, and you treating it like it's a bicycle. In fact, a bicycle with two flat tires. It's frustrating. It makes me angry watching this defense play. The offense gives you everything they need to give you. Everything. You got a backup quarterback who started the year as your number 3 quarterback, going out there lighting shit up, converting on 4th and 12, 4th and 17, 3rd and 18, 3rd and 11, out there doing reverse flea flickers, out there doing double reverse, throw the ball to the quarterback, and everything you're doing is working, and your defense can't stop shit. It's like a colander. It's like a turnstile. This if they go out there and they win tomorrow, Rudy, this is much more of an indictment on not just Shane Bowen, but more so on Brian Dable for keeping this guy in position as long as he did. He should have never started the season as our defensive coordinator. What makes it worse, Rudy? What makes it worse is that he showed you several times this year he was not the dude. He was not the guy. You had several opportunities to say, you know what? I made a mistake. It's time to move on. You get fired. Mike Kafka is elevated to the head coach, the interim head coach, and within 2 games, he sees this ain't the guy. He got to go. And I'm going to elevate Charlie Bullen. He bypassed Marquez Manuel, and he bypassed Andre Patterson and said, Charlie Bullen is the guy. This is who we're going to elevate. He saw that in 2 games, and excuse me, Brian Dable had 2 seasons and didn't see it. That's going to be the difference right there.
Yeah, I hope you're right, man. Hopefully, I see some more get at the quarterback or get at the ball, man. Do a better efficiency on tackling, hitting your gaps better. Hopefully, I'll just see a rejuvenating defense because this offense is going to do what it takes. When you
Yeah.
got your third string who became a second string and then starting for us out there mossing people, making catches, you know what I'm saying? And whoever that defender is for the Detroit Lions, I know they've been at it probably all week, bro. You let Jameis Winston catch that on you? Yeah, I don't even know how he'll still be in the NFL after that. But anyways, when you got your offense, you know, competing and doing what they need to do, if you would have been last year, our offense couldn't even get 20 points. When you look at it this year, our offense can get 30 points. You know what I mean? It's just the defense will have to change if you expect for the Giants to start competing next year, and they all started with Shane Bowen being out. Now, remains to be seen. I don't see that Charlie Bullen might be the defensive coordinator, but if it's a chance to where it's the Rooney rule, other guys have to get a chance to interview for the head coaching job. If they give it to Mike Kafka can start figuring out ways for us to win more games. Um, I don't see why they don't give him a shot as the head coach, and if they do, don't be surprised if Charlie Bullen is the defense coordinator for the New York Giants next year if they win more games than they lose the next 5 weeks. So,
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how this is going to all play out too for the defense, what the coordinator role, who's going to fill it, and I, I don't know. I don't think that Charlie Bullen. I don't know enough. We don't. None of us know enough, right?
no.
I think
No.
that it's more likely that Kafka retains his job as the head coach than we haven't even seen anything on Bullen to even speak on that intelligently at this point. But But you're right. I think that it's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. And you talked about Jameis Winston, Mawson. Who was that? Barnes, I think it was. And he's going to forever be on the poster as the guy who gave up a double reverse touchdown on Jameis Winston. So that's going to be funny to see, moving forward. But I don't know. I think that the Giants can possibly get away with this game with a win. And I won't say anybody who says that this is a trap game doesn't know football, because this isn't a trap game. The Giants have probably lost 6 games that they should have won. They should have a much better record than they do at this point in the game, because they've shown it. They've shown it time and time again. And if it hadn't been for an inept, below average, just absolutely atrocious defense, if they just played marginally better, just adequate, not out of this world, not world beaters, just an adequate defense, the Giants could have won 5 or 6 additional games this year than they've already won. So, but I think one other thing I wanted to point out. Do you know who the last quarterback was to beat the New England Patriots?
At New England,
Period.
the last
Tommy
this
DeVito.
year,
Tommy DeVito was the
10 to
starting
7.
quarterback for the Giants in 2023. The last time the New England Patriots faced the New York Giants. I think the score was like 13-7 or something like that.
10 to 7. 10 to 7. I remember now. It's
10 to
in my head.
7. 10 to 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
10-7. Tommy DeVito, who is now the third string quarterback of the New England Patriots, was the last time the New York Giants played the Patriots, and I believe it was at Giant Stadium at that point. But that
Yeah.
was a year where we were dealing with all types of injuries at the quarterback position. Our offense was just a disaster. It was hard to watch TV. I mean, I really, like, people would say to me, "You ain't watched that game, did you?" It was that bad watching the Giants play for a while. But I thought that that was an interesting fun fact. Maybe not so much of a fun fact, but definitely a fact that Tommy DeVito, who is now a Patriot, was the last quarterback to beat the Patriots the last time we played.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We'll see what happens, man. This is the first year where I'm not worried about the offense. I'm just trying to see what Charlie Bullen brings to the table. But
Yeah,
we're going to see things that we haven't probably seen all year. There's going to
yeah.
be things that the Patriots are probably not going to be ready for, and it's if the defense can execute it to the T. If the defense, we'll find out. We'll find out mid-second quarter how this game's going to go all day. I mean, for the rest of the night. If the Giants are
Is
getting
it
to the
fair to
quarter
ask?
early enough, go ahead.
Right.
For that,
I agree with you. Second quarter, we'll get an idea. But is it fair for me to ask you who's going to win this game, Rudy?
I'm always got the way I've seen the Giants offense go. If we don't have Shane Bowman, maybe there's some new things. I mean, there's going to be some new things we're going to see. I still believe the Giants will win this game 27-24.
Nice, nice. Well, I think I'm going to go with Jackson Dart remaining undefeated at night games. I think that there's going to be a lot of excitement, even if Jackson Dart were for some reason to not complete the game, or if Mike Kafka says, you know what, let's jazz this shit all the way up. I'm going to play them both at different points and trick plays and whatever the case may be. I think this offense is a lot of fun to watch. I think that they just give you so many reasons to feel like they trick us, right? They be like, y'all going to win. Look what we're doing on offense. And then the defense falls apart.
Sight.
I think that there is so much life. Feel me on this, Rudy. I think there is so much life that the defense have been infused with as a result of Shane Bowen being fired, and they don't even care that it's Charlie Bullen. They don't know what's going to come from Charlie Bullen. They probably had a full week of practice with some new wrinkles and twists and things that he wants to see on the field, but just the infusion of excitement and enthusiasm as displayed in Dexter Lawrence in an interview after practice, I think the defense is going to show us what we have finally wanted to see. An ability to protect the lead that the offense has given them. Giants win, and I don't think it's going to be 27. I think it's going to be 34-21 Giants.
I like that, baby. Yo, let's go. I think you might be right, man. The Giants defense might be really excited, and we might see things that we haven't seen. And just because the Giants are 2-10, they have what would they call nothing to play for. That makes a team really, really dangerous when you have an interim
Real
head coach
dangerous.
and an interim defensive coordinator. Anything is going to come out the bag. You don't know. So the Patriots are coming into this game not knowing what the Giants are going to bring. They just know is we need to be ready for it. And I think
And they're coming in with a 9-game winning streak, and the New York Football Giants love to shit on streaks that the New England Patriots have. 18-0 turned to 18-1. 18-0 against NFC teams turned to 18-1, and then 9-0 right now is gonna turn into 9-1. New York Giants getting the dub. Jameis gonna be eating W's. I can't wait to see his pregame speech tomorrow. It's gonna be lit.
let's go.
Get it, right?
Let's go.
Let's
see it,
go,
man.
baby. Hey, don't forget, everybody, make sure that you subscribe to Rudy's podcast, Rudi the Game. I'm going to drop the information in the comment section below in the description. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So every time we drop some new content, you're one of the first ones to be notified. Let's get these New England Patriots on Monday night, y'all. Go Big Blue. Get the dub. Eat them W's. That's what I want to see.
Let's
That's
go, Big
right.
Blue. Yes, sir. Let's get this dub.
All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, a lot of girls probably crying from my old high school. Look, they see me everywhere they go. I probably would too. Look, crossed over to the Jordan man like I'm Michael. Yeah, eating blessings so much I might need lipo. Yeah, tailored for the doves like I'm walking in chucks. Yeah, it's just in this plan, man. I see all y'all shook. Look, knew that I was great ever since I was a rook. Man, all y'all singles making me look good. Okay, praise to the Most High, yeah, that's Jesus. Look, but when it come to this rap thing, I can't lose. Yeah, back-to-back number ones, that's the thing greats do. Yeah, tell them boys that ain't nothing I can't do. It's my year. It's my year.